welcome Secretary of State Frank LaRose.
So, it's me again. Hey, I've got a special announcement that I think you guys are going to find really exciting. So in a couple minutes, we're going to hear from Ohio's next governor. Before that, we're going to hear from Ohio's next First Lady. But afterwards, tonight at 9:30, Vivek is going to be doing the Sean Hannity Show live from right here. All right? So here's what I need y'all to do. When Vivek is done, make sure to stick around, have your Vivek signs be over here. We're going to show an energetic crowd behind him for a national audience so that everybody in this country watching Hannity tonight knows how excited the people of Ohio are to make Vivek Ramaswamy our next governor. Now, are you guys excited to hear from him? All right. Next up is the next First Lady of Ohio, Dr. Apurva Ramaswamy.
I know it's a Monday night and we have two kids backstage, so I am so grateful to all of you for coming out tonight and being here with us. You know, you have all known Vivek from the TV. You've seen him as a leader, as an entrepreneur. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about us as a family. So Vivek and I met when we were both in school. He was in law school. I was in medical school. It was my first week. And I am not someone who really believes in love at first sight, but I do believe that God took me by the hand that night and said, this is the guy for you. I can't otherwise explain how I knew after meeting this idealistic optimist one night at a party, I knew he was going to be the one I would marry. We danced, he walked me home, and we've been together ever since. Now, we went on to finish school, we got married, and while I was doing my residency in ear, nose, throat surgery, Vivek was starting a company. And that company was actually to make medicines. And that company went on, and I'm so proud of him for this. They found cures for diseases that when I was in medical school, they were untreatable. And because of the discoveries made by that team, there are children now who are alive who otherwise would not have been. So while Vivek was CEO of that company, and while I was actually pregnant with our first son, Karthik, who actually had his fifth birthday just yesterday, so happy birthday, Karthik. He started telling me about a different set of problems. He started talking to me about things like ESG and stakeholder capitalism. And at the time, I had no idea what they were, and most people didn't. And he actually started to coin the term of woke Inc. and wrote a book about it. And looking back on those years now, I am so proud of the man that I married. He, in his 20s, started a company that, from scratch, that went on to be worth billions of dollars, but more importantly, helped so many patients. And that same man, when he saw a different problem facing our country, he put aside all of his ambitions in the biotech world and as an entrepreneur and said, this is what I need to focus on. No one else is talking about this, and I feel called by my principles to lead today. And that is what he did, and that's what brought us on this journey. Now, while Vivek was leading as an entrepreneur and as an author, I have had the opportunity to treat patients here at the James at OSU. Go Bucks. And I am so lucky because what I do is I treat voice and swallowing disorders in patients who've had cancers. And I feel so lucky because my patients have gone through the worst things any of us could have imagined. They've been through the unthinkable. Some of them no longer are able to eat by mouth. Others don't have a voice to be able to speak. And I feel so fortunate for what I do because they teach me every day what is important in life. And it is things like being able to talk to your husband even after a late day and a long, long day with your kids. It's things like being able to sit down and enjoy a meal with your family in the holidays. And these are the blessings that we are so grateful for, and I'm so grateful to my patients for keeping this. Now, all of you have seen Vivek as in so many different contexts. But to me, he's the man who has stood by me through so many challenges. He's the person who teaches our children about honor and bravery and responsibility and hard work. And I know that if he is a fraction of the husband that he is to me and the father that he is to Karthik and Arjun, he's going to be the best governor the state has ever seen. So thank you so much. I want to welcome my husband, Vivek Ramaswamy.
Great to see you. How about the future First Lady of Ohio right here? And the two troublemakers with her. They stayed up late. It's great. Great to be here, guys. We started at home where I grew up in Butler County, where I lived till I was 5. We moved to Evendale after that. My wife and I knew that when we had kids, we didn't want to raise them in Manhattan. We didn't want to raise them somewhere else. We wanted to raise them right here close to the home where we grew up, and we're raising them right here in Columbus, Ohio. So thank you, Columbus, for coming out tonight. We're grateful for you. So that's some good news. America is back, and it feels fantastic right now. And we're just getting started. We do have a lot of work yet ahead of us, though, and that work is still just beginning. Over the last 4 years, we went through a national identity crisis in this country. Faith, patriotism, hard work, and family all but disappeared during Biden's presidency. Under his tenure as the U.S. president, less than 16% of Gen Z said they were proud to be an American, and we had a 25% recruitment deficit in our own U.S. military. That was unacceptable to me as an American. I spent the better part of last year working tirelessly, traveling this country to help send Donald Trump back to the White House because it was a fork in the road for the future of the country. And in November, America made the right choice by re-electing the greatest president of the 21st century. I'm grateful for it because now there's a new, fresh, new energy in the country, a new enthusiasm, a new verve. We can all see it. We can all feel it. I'm truly as optimistic as I have ever been for the future of our country. We're on the cusp of a new golden age for America, a revival in our conviction in what it means to be a citizen of this nation. What does it mean to be an American? It means we believe in merit, that we believe in hard work, that you get ahead in this country, not on the color of your skin, but on the content of your character and your contributions. It means we believe in free speech and open debate. And I say this as the kid of legal immigrants to this country who came here to pursue those same values. You can have arguments with your dad or your neighbor at the dinner table and still be friends at the end of it. It means we stand for the rule of law in this country, that your first act of entering this country cannot break the law. It means that the people we elect to run the government ought to be the ones who actually run the government, not unelected bureaucrats in the deep state, whether that's in Washington, D.C. or Columbus, Ohio. It means that we as Americans are courageous, that we are brave, and that when called upon, even heroic, to serve our country in our hour of need. Those are the American ideals. That is the American spirit that won us the American Revolution, and that is the American spirit that Donald Trump is reviving as our 47th president. But it is not a one-man job. It doesn't work that way. If we are going to be saved, it is going to be because we all step up and save ourselves. And you know what? That starts with the states. If President Trump succeeds, as I expect in the next 2 years, that means a wide range of federal programs from education to health care are going to be kicked back to the states and to the people where they belong. That is what true federalism is all about. Donald Trump is reviving our conviction in America, but we need a leader back home, right here in Ohio, who revives our conviction in our home state. That is why today I am honored to announce my candidacy to serve as the next governor of a great state known at the heart of the greatest country known to mankind, the state where I was born and raised, the state where Apurva and I are raising our 2 sons today, a state whose best days are still yet ahead of us. I am honored tonight to announce my candidacy to be the next governor of our great state of Ohio. We will lead Ohio to be the top state in the country to raise a young family, the top state in the country to start and grow a new business, the top state in the country to give our kids a world-class education in math, reading, writing, and critical thinking. The state that gives our kids the tools they need to equip them to be victors, not victims, in a competitive global economy. The state that embraces capitalism and meritocracy instead of apologizing for it. The state that takes a hatchet to red tape and regulations so we can be a state where every entrepreneur can thrive. The state that leads in the sectors of the future. Look at where we are right now in advanced manufacturing, right here in New Albany, in the heart of Ohio, in the heart of our country. Look at what's possible, 360 degrees around. This place is nearly brand new, producing and providing for the supply chains of our country.